Good morning, everyone. It is Veterans Day, November the 11th, 2015. France, Canada, the United States take this day off, at least as far as their banking system is concerned, and this really negatively impacts the trading on treasuries and currencies, and that spills over into the other markets. So we're going to look for less volume today, pretty quiet trading session. Maybe a little bit higher, maybe a little bit lower, but essentially going to move sideways today unless there's a major piece of news. So no news out of the United States other than mortgage applications, which nobody pays any attention to except for probably Zero Hedge. So right now I'm just kind of anticipating a trading range without a lot going on. 7 to 11 is sell 1. Really not much to talk about. 15 to 19, sell 2. On the buy side, because we're looking at a B volume wise, I think we're going to head a little bit lower and test support, so we'll put 2601, 29, buy 1. I don't think we can make it lower unless the E-mini spikes up, which is a possibility. Buy 2, 21 to 25. But pretty quiet trading. Volumes are off more than half when I looked this morning, and that's normally the case on banking holidays. Can't do much without access to the money, right? And you also take those players. Remember the 5 banks too large to fail? Those players are sidelined too. So it tends to kill the activity. So today's focus should be equities and crude oil. Similar situation in the 30-year. This one probably a little bit due to knob spread buying in anticipation of tomorrow's 30-year, but that's kind of a stretch too. We've got volume down here at 152 even. We've got volume at 52.11, so getting short above 52.11 would make some sense. We got stops above the overnight session high. We've got a P, so on a stretch 15 to 19, sell 1, 23, 27, sell 2, but getting short at 11 could work too. On the buy side, London's low was 04, probe P a little bit lower, so we'll make 52.01. 29, buy 1 with a question mark at 52.03, and then if we break that, 17 to 21. But it's for note and bond traders going to be pretty quiet today. And if that is your forte, you can watch the markets a little bit this morning to gain some screen experience, just to see how it trades on Veterans Day. But beyond that, I think the action is going to be in equities. Gold, when I looked at this morning, was unchanged, and from yesterday's close right there. So resistance, we had a 93.95 sell last night. That still looks reasonable. See a trading range here. It's New York based contract, New York supported contract, and with New York banks down, I mean, you know, if there's any place in the world that's going to take a holiday for any reason, it's New York. Buy 185 to 87. So I remember being in New York for holidays and having business to do at the NYMEX, not the COMEX. And these guys are ready to party down on any excuse. I've often wondered why, you know, drugs and alcohol were so rampant at the exchanges, and of course the obvious answer is stress. But where does stress come from? We experience stress or anxiety because, I mean, everybody stress or anxiety when you don't know what you're doing. And when you look at the floor trading community, because they have such low rates and they're usually working off, when they get in trouble, they can work off the working capital of whoever they clear through. They take more risk than the average bear should do, and that increases the stress. Because I mean, any market maker, what they would first do is try to spread out of it. And if you've ever tried to spread out of a losing position, now you really have two losing positions on. You don't know that when you first start out. You think you're buying yourself time, but I've never seen that work to anybody's benefit other than those that had the opposite side of the market than you did. But we all have to try that to see how well that concept works. And it doesn't work very well. Currencies, we had 75 was a 75 to 85, I think is where we wanted to get it on last night. We had 40 to 50, then 70 to 80. So we got to our number two sell zone, which is good. We like that. And the area we like to engage the market, just like Don does, is number 2 area. Sells number 1, 750. Sell number 2, 75. I think we're headed a little bit lower here, so we'll make 7 even, 710 buy 1, and 75.85 buy 2. Today, crude inventories had a big build on the APIs last night. Crude got slammed. They are anticipating the same on today's EIA inventory. So we're right down here. We still keep getting these lower highs, which lead to lower lows, and that's the key. I mean, that's the correct way to look and see if I'm in a downtrend. Lower highs will give me lower lows. And the dynamic that you face right there is that they won't let you sell where you want to. You have to sell at a lower price to get in. The guys that make market. So 43.50, 43.25. And again, this market's been run down into the inventory reports. So the trade with the most potential is a long. Then 42.75, 43 buy 2. Because of that, we'll open it up a little bit. We'll make 44 1/4, 44.50 sell 1, 44.75, 45 sell 2. And what will the E-mini do today? The E-mini can do a couple things today. Number one, they can take advantage of the markets because a lot of the players aren't here. And it's easier for the trading community to make for a one-way market. Now, typically, we've got trading range when you think of holidays. So we've got volume up here in this 94 area. We've got a low volume number here at 89. So this 89 to 94 is sell 1. And then basically stop. If we get through this 94 area, my guess is we're going to get stops above that. So I had 99 to 04 for sell 2. Typically we've got a trading. So if this 88, 90 area holds and it starts down, we want to get short. On the support side, we've got volume basically at 75, so I've got a 75 to 80 for buy 1. kind of pick up this London area. And then 65 to 70 beneath that. So usually we get a trading range day. Market makes a quick move early, then it settles down, and the trading community, the exchange members, go to a scalp mode. But it can spike up under these conditions. I don't mean to scare you off from a short or make you hesitant, but that's another scenario. So 90 to 88 to 94 really is where resistance is. And if that area holds, we should get a shot at 75 to 80. In my not so humble opinion. Gonna take a bit to get everything up and posted. I'm gonna get busy on it. Back with you as soon as possible.